Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ukulele Underground Podcast. My name is Aldrine Guerrero. Joining me are Mr. Aaron, the voice, Nakamura. Say what's up, Aaron, the voice.
What's up?
And Mr. Kahai, the legend, Fergan. Say what's up, Kahai.
What's up?
It's time, gentlemen. It is the UU podcast time. You don't have that sound?
Nope. Sorry.
It's okay. Next time, I guess. I guess I'm not meant to have a good life, Kahai. Guess I'm not meant to.
Sorry.
Welcome, everyone. This show, we answer any and all of your ukulele questions, no matter how we get them, via email, via snail mail, via instant message, via message from ukuleleunderground.com, where we teach how to play ukulele, when you can take your ukulele playing to the next level, or via voicemail. We do have a voicemail that you guys can call and leave a message and stuff. If you want to hear your voice on the show, you can do that. But basically, this is a Q&A kind of show. You guys ask us questions, and we have Q&O, maybe not Q&A. We provide answers, but they're more opinions, like based on our personal experiences, music-wise, with the ukulele, with anything really. You can ask us anything that you want. We prefer it to be ukulele related, but we'll answer any and all of your questions, right, Kahai? Mm-hmm. And sometimes we just discuss ukulele, or we discuss life, or we discuss pop. You know, like culture, whatever it may be, right, guys? We just talk. We're like, that's it. It's a very casual kind of podcast.
Yeah, our UU Plus members got a little taste of that when it's like the very end, when we got into Sister Act, and then it's like, sorry, but we gotta talk about it.
That's right. We do right before the podcast. We go on stream for our UU Plus subscribers. It's called the live coaching. So you can go on and you can get some coaching from me, and you can show songs and stuff, or I can do technique checks, whatever it may be. I can basically help you out whatever you need help with, and I helped everyone out, and we're just talking story, and then we got to talking about, or I was offering advice, and then I went off tangent and talked about Sister Act, and then I just went off. Me and Kahai just went off on Sister Act,
Genevieve's in the chat.
Oh yeah. Oh, happy day indeed, Kahai. When Jesus washed.
Jesus washed.
All my sins away. Let's get ready for this Holy Week, everybody. Holy Week.
It's a Whoopi Goldberg.
Heck yeah, man. It was Palm Sunday yesterday. You guys get your palms? You did, right? Yeah, no? Kahai, did you get your palms yesterday?
No, sorry.
I was going to ask you for some because I didn't get it. I was busy. No, not those palms. But right on, guys. So let's get started. What do you guys what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, so our songs are due today. So I figured instead of doing questions today or doing our starter question, everybody in the chat can, of course, ask questions. But why don't we just jump straight into playing our songs?
Okay, cool. So what Kai is talking about, we did a songwriting challenge. Songwriting challenges, we do, we ask you guys, what kind of songs should we write? And we have you guys come up with some parameters on how to construct our song. We take those parameters and we construct a song, and we present them. Everybody is open to participate in this songwriting challenge. What were the parameters, Kahai?
This one was really easy, where it's just write a song about ukulele. Yeah. But then part of the bonus, or part of what we're looking for, I guess, is that it's like we're looking for new songs for our opening to our podcast, because we're starting at a new time. So if you want to do that, send it in and we can use it. But if not, if you just want to write a song about ukulele, anything about ukulele,
that's basically it. I think we had other stuff like playing F sharp and like play reggae, like all those other like small little parameters.
Spring,
winter theme, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you can write to those parameters. We wrote some songs that we're about to present to you folks right now, to kind of give you an idea of what you can do based on the parameters that you, the audience, set for us. Okay, and we take all the submissions. So you submit your song. We take all the submissions. We put them in we basically put it in a hat, and we pick a name out of the hat, or we put it in the wheel, and the wheel will pick a name randomly, and that person wins a nice little prize pack, right, Kahai?
Yep. Yeah. It's
what do they win? What do they win?
So we showed that you'll win a pretty rare CD, the Sweet 409 CD, but then Lihimui seeds and
409.
Lihimui mango.
So this is the Eat Sleep Music Session. Eat Sleep
Oh, yeah,
Music
yeah.
Session
Not
CD.
Sweet
So
409,
Sweet
sorry.
409 is the white album. So this is the yellow album. Really, really rare because we didn't put this up for streaming. So you can't find this anyway. You have to listen to the physical copy in order to listen to this album. There's no digital version of this album that's available currently. It's not on Spotify. It's not on iTunes. It's not on Amazon. None of that stuff. So it is only in its physical form. And you're wondering, why would I want that album? Because this is the album that has these songs in it. If you wanted if you've ever watched me, Aaron, or Ryan like live in concert, these are the songs we play live. So for example, stuff like Sunday Morning, Breezin', I'll Be Your Baby Tonight, Super Mario Brothers, Europa, Brown Eyed Girl, Body Surfing, all of those songs you're probably familiar with if you enjoy the ukulele. Waiting in Vain, stuff like that is on this album, and our takes of those songs are on this album. Songs that we still perform today, right, Aaron?
Mm-hmm.
Like we play Europa, still,
Yeah.
like in every show. Sometimes Breezin', definitely. I'll Be Your Baby Tonight. So Waiting in Vain, we just played not too long ago. Brown Eyed Girl, we still play. Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye, we still play. So all of those songs in this physical album, you can't get it anywhere else. Really a relic. And then what else do they win, Kahai?
I got some snacks, so we'll send you these snacks.
Lihing cherry, lihing is like a plum powder, so it's like dried cherries with that nice plum powder in there. It's as Hawaii as you can get, okay? Like that flavor of that plum powder is Hawaii. Okay, and we have a variant which is Lihing mango, which is that same exact plum powder, and with dried mangoes. So dried mangoes and Lihing powder. Well, what do you got here, Kai?
I went to the store yesterday and I picked up some more stuff.
You're adding. Is it a second place, or is this added to this prize pack?
I don't know. We could do it either way.
Up to you. Since you got it, why don't you tell us what you want to do with it?
How about we see? Well, for now it's one prize pack, but
Yeah.
we'll see maybe.
Okay, so Kahai brought, boom, taro mochi. Taro mochi. So what is mochi, Kahai? As a Japanese American, how would you describe what mochi is to people that don't know what mochi is?
Yeah, it's just rice that you mash up and then it comes sticky and then you
Rice
form
cake.
it into a ball.
Yeah. So sticky rice, basically.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this dessert though or this snack is actually that same way, or it like traditionally you steam the rice and then you mash it up before you make it into a ball.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's the same way, but a little bit more in a processed way instead of like hand,
And more sugar.
pounded by hand, and more sugar probably. Yeah.
this that snack isn't like from Hawaii. But
Yeah.
my mom pointed out she's like, people might not be used to like the flavor of lihimui, and I was like,
I see.
but I figured people can eat
And then
mochi.
Kahai doubled down on the lihing. So this is honey lemon fruit, which is lemon fruit and Kauai organic honey, sugar, and salt. This is a Kauai product.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one
So
is
these are
Kauai.
lemons. These are lemon cuts of lemons with Kauai honey. Kauai honey is amazing. If you think about Hawaii, what do you think of, right? Like palm trees and flowers, coconut trees. It's just not palm trees, right? Coconut trees and flowers and stuff. So imagine the kind of honey we produce from those amazing flowers. Really good. Let's just say that. Especially here on Kauai. I go to Oahu to a place called Diamond Head Cove, or like the Cove Bar in Waikiki on Montserrat. And I was not surprised that like the really good honey that they use there is from Kauai. It's like that's what makes that acai bowl so good, is because they put Kauai honey in there. Bam, that's what's in that honey lemon fruit, right, Kahai?
Yep.
So these are the price pack. It's probably just gonna go to one person, but if Kahai decides to split them up and we pick two names, then we can go do that, right?
I think if we get enough people, maybe we can split it up, so there's multiple winners.
So I was quite busy this week. Or in these 2 weeks. I did not have time, but I'm like, we're gonna do it. So I did I did the easy way out, which is I basically took a song that already existed and I just made a parody, with that. But I added my own kind of verse in there just to make it, not so parody-ish.
Yeah. That's what they say about Weird Al. He took the easy way out. Right?
So, I went with the direction of writing an opening song for this podcast. It's like, talk about ukulele. Well, this podcast is ukulele. This podcast is primarily ukulele. So that's check. Like checking off that prerequisite. Okay, and I was like, what has good music? What kind of openings have good music? There's like, which is 90s, like sitcoms have great opening music. Two, like anime openings have really good like opening music, right? And three is The Office. The Office has that, and I chose none of those. Okay? So no, I chose anime opening, and I chose the best anime opening. Okay, and I did based on my shirt that I'm wearing right now, I did a parody of the song "We Are" from One Piece, and I called it "They Are." It goes like this. Let's see if I can do this right. And the verse is something of my somewhat of my creation, but everything else is that theme. So it goes like this. Podcast is starting. You podcast is starting. You here they are. Press record, headphones on, because it's time to go. Climb aboard where you belong. Ask some cues for O's. Kahai will pick a topic so epic. The voice will always lend a hand. Aldrine and all his antics so frantic. Can't even tell it's all unplanned. So press record, headphones on, cause it's time to go. Climb aboard where you belong. Ask some cues for O's. Kahai will pick a topic so epic. The voice will always lend a hand. Aldrine and all his antics so frantic. Can't even tell it's all unplanned. Come aboard, headphones on, cause it's time to go. Climb aboard where you belong. Ask some cues for O's. You podcast is starting. You podcast is starting. You podcast is starting. You podcast is starting. Here they are. Hey, and I crossed off the list of my bucket list of learning "We Are" by One Piece because I love those. I love that chord progression. I wouldn't go to to D there. So what would that be the equivalent of? Is it's kind of like if we were in G, it would be like G, D, then F, which is a cool one. So like I wish I had more time because I would have written something way cooler with those cool chords in there. But instead, we just went with
no. I think it was good. Yeah.
Yeah. There it is. That's my contribution. Just look forward to everybody else's. All right, who's next?
I usually go next.
Okay, Kahai.
Yeah. Let me turn on my speaker. Yeah, but I want to use that. I want to use your theme song now. And then, do we have to make a parody of the One Piece opening with us? Like, if we use that theme
please.
song? Okay.
I'll record it. Even I'll record a good version of it, and we can use it as our opening.
Okay, we'll do that. And then, like, me and Aaron, we have to like study the One Piece opening and recreate it shot by shot. Do you think we have it in the budget to rent out a pirate boat?
I'm sure Kanilea will take care, right? I'm sure Kanilea will get the boat that we need, right?
It's like a inflatable like tube or something. It's like okay,
I'm sure it'll just. I mean, if they sell maybe 2 of those new platinums, we can get our boat. So, guys, if you want our opening to be as cool as the One Piece opening, then go pick yourself up that platinum model for this year. Get 2 of those.
Yeah. Or the guitar.
Or the guitar. Or both.
Yeah.
Or both.
Yeah.
We'll get our boat. And
Specifically,
I'm pretty sure it's not gonna go directly to us, our boat fund, but
yes, it will.
we can always dream.
Yes, it will.
if you guys order from them, please make a note, like in the note section, but for the UU boat
Yeah.
fund.
Yeah.
You boat fund. You pirate boat fund.
Yeah.
Pirate ship, not boat.
Yeah.
Pirate ship. The UU pirate ship fund. That's it. Yeah, just make a note. Buy one of those. Guitar and uke preferably, like as a set, perhaps. And then in the notes they say this is specifically the sale should, if I could suggest, go towards the UU pirate boat. Call a spade a spade. It's not for just any boat. You pirate ship. So pirate ship.
Yeah, and then it's like, P.S. for my nakamas.
For my nakamas.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just play it.
Nice.
I was just out of the office. That's like that ending. Is that like?
I didn't think about it, but yeah. And like when you're saying,
It's like same key and everything. Oh, nice. Yeah.
when you said like, oh, you know what? Who makes really good themes? Like '90s TV shows. I was like, did we make the same thing?
Anime opening.
Yeah.
Which just
Well-
kind of sounds like an anime opening also.
I tried to make it specifically. I made that one off of Kablam.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
Because
Yeah.
Aaron sent me a song from the song is called Tear Jerky, and it's a ska song.
Yeah.
And so while I was thinking about it, I was like, Kablam, I should make a Kablam opening.
It is Kablam. Yeah.
Yeah. And then that ending too. I wasn't thinking about The Office. Chris and Sue made us an opening, and they kind of end their song with da da da, like the harmonics.
Cool.
Kind of just thought of that. I actually wrote, or I have something else. It's not really an opening song, but it's like kind of a proof of concept. So I'll play that too.
Nice. Nice. You are playing to it's a man after my own heart with those chords. Love those kind of chords. Love that like kind of voicing with the ukulele. Great job.
2 chords, only 2
Yeah.
chords.
Oh yeah,
That's
baby.
all you need. That's all you need. But like, I've been wanting to like maybe make a waiting song for like before we do the podcast or the
Yeah.
jam.
Oh,
and
okay.
I've been using the Bandito Tyler CD
Yeah.
to play some songs. So I was thinking about that. But then also when I made the opening song,
Yeah.
that ska opening song, I thought maybe some people might be like, there's no ukulele in there. And there is ukulele. Like I do put it, but then there's
Yeah.
a lot of horns and other stuff too. So I thought I'm gonna make this waiting song only using sounds from the ukulele. So the whole thing is just
nice.
sounds
It's good. It's
from
good,
the
like hold
ukulele.
music. Yeah, with that. Now that you mention it, like if people are just waiting for the show to start, it's like that kind of hold music is the best for it. Yeah.
So
Great.
didn't want to make it too complicated or anything, but yeah, just and then I thought like as a little like if anybody says like, oh, you didn't use ukulele, I was like, well, this one is only ukulele.
Damn.
So
damn,
even the
like,
drum stuff.
I know,
that was
addressing
like,
the haters, so that nobody can complain about anything, right? Wow.
Yeah.
Kai, I applaud your strength. Applaud your Teflon skin. You're like, you got the jump on everybody.
Yeah. The other prompt that we got was like, or we put as a bonus was like use major or minor 7. So that one was just F major 7 and C major 7.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Aaron, the voice.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, it's funny because like that actually sounds like my song.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was thinking more of like because we had like that winter spring theme, like somebody was asking for that.
Yeah.
So I was actually thinking of that, where it's like a winter, like the image that I had in my head was like a frozen like a frozen tree that's starting to melt.
Okay.
So yeah, so this one doesn't have any lyrics. Like I usually do something with lyrics,
nice.
but like I started writing and this just came out and
Now they're gonna be stuck with my song with lyrics. It's usually I wrote like a parody song with just like whatever lyrics because you usually
Assuming
come
that-
up with
yeah.
assuming that you're gonna come up with a profound like kind of song.
Yeah.
It's like that's Aaron's got this. Now they're gonna be left with my lyrics. I should have tried harder. Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, so it goes. Let's see if I. Yeah. So trying to do like sort of a theme song, but then have that winter spring kind of.
It like the chords, the way that they move, it shows that like that progression from like the end of the end of winter going to spring.
Into spring.
Because those kind of chords, like it shows like it's like almost like a blooming sound, you know? Yeah. Great stuff.
So that started coming out, and then I was thinking like maybe I should write, but like lyrics to it, but it just didn't seem like the type of song that required that. So
it's just like kind of nice like mental images, you know?
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking of? Like I was thinking of a Korean drama opening.
yeah, kind of, yeah,
Like
kind of pensive, like
It should
that tension. You have the tension.
Yeah, it's gonna play that, and then it's like just shots of our face with like a bright back glow to it, right?
Yeah.
Like looking off to the distance.
Yeah, and then you have to have that one shot where like one person is heading away, and then they grab the hand,
It's like
and then freeze frame on the face. Yeah.
But like my favorite, that was my favorite chord, that first one, because I liked how you did the C major 7, but like the 7 is like an octave low. Oh, it's awesome because like you already hear that like that's like the B against the C.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Because it's like
great
clashing,
note
but
choices.
if you finger pick it, then it doesn't sound as bad.
Great note
Yeah.
choice. I was like, ooh, love, because when you said it's like when Kahai said it's F major 7 and C major 7. So when you place your finger there, you know, like or here, so the 4.
Yeah. It's
I was
kinda
assuming
like,
that you were gonna do like F major 7, like this chord, but when you did that instead, I was like, oh, that's so good. Oh, that was like I saw your hands and your fingers, and it didn't go where I thought it was gonna go, and it hit me with like, ooh, it's way better.
It's way better.
That's like way better.
But yeah,
Great stuff.
yeah. It's usually a lyric song, but this one I just didn't feel right. So
Yeah, I think, or like, people might think that it's like if they're writing songs to submit, it's like, oh, I gotta write lyrics to the song, or I gotta write chords to the song or whatever. But sometimes you just write, like, you'll write the lyrics but not have the chords to the song, the right chords, or you'll write chords but you'll not have lyrics or whatever. And it's okay to be those kinds of songs too.
Yeah. So, yeah, and if we have to go like Hans Zimmerman on your opening song and create like a full blown orchestral, like sounds in order to create our beautiful Ukulele Underground podcast opening. Yeah, see, so buy another one of those platinum models. And maybe you'll use the extra funds from that. And,
and to rent out the Abbey Road studio.
Yeah, and then we can create that this amazing orchestral version of Aaron and Kahai's song, right?
Yeah.
So we need a pirate ship. we need to rent out Abbey Road Studios. It's like that's a couple. I think maybe 3 or
doable.
4. Yeah, it's doable. 3 or 4 of those platinum sets, right?
Yes.
Which you guys can check out over on the Kanile Ukulele channel. If you guys are like, what are they talking about? Check out the brand new 2024 Platinum from Kanile Ukuleles. And now guitars. So Kanile a guitar. Check that out. Help us fund our pirate ship.
Yeah. Well, if people, I also wanted to mention that if people submit a song for the challenge and they want it to be used as like the opening for our podcast,
just let us know.
Let us know, but also try and maybe make it like where it can be cut down to like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Don't try and, or you can't make it a long song, but if you make it a long song, we might have to cut it down anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good stuff. Hey, great job, gentlemen. 2 weeks. That was an actual 2-week, challenge.
Yeah,
not
not pushing it
1
back.
month challenge that we usually get.
Like, we can't do it on this day because of this. We have a guest or something.
Yeah.
So
Good stuff.
And then if people want to submit the songwriting challenge, they can do it at questions.
Yeah, questions at ukuleleunderground.com. You can send your submissions there. Send us a link to it if you want to, send us like a YouTube link or like a Dropbox link or whatever kind of link you can send it there, or you can upload, I guess, directly to the email, right? Upload your track or your video directly to questions at ukuleleunderground.com. So for those of you folks who want to participate in this giveaway, try to have it to us before the next show starts. So that's your deadline actually is 12 p.m.
Maybe 11:30.
Oh yeah, 11:30
So we can check.
a.m. so that Kahai can check and get your name in there. Okay, so 11:30 a.m. Monday next week is our deadline, and we'll pick our winner during the show. Right, Kahai?
Yep. And like I mentioned that like Aaron wrote that song without lyrics.
Yeah.
But we've even had somebody like send in just the lyrics that they wrote
poetry,
and then and stuff like that. And we'll take it
good
too.
stuff. It doesn't even have to be ukulele, like, for the haters that say like, oh, Kahai didn't even use an ukulele. Like, we never said. We never said use an ukulele, right? We said write about ukulele on this particular challenge. Like write a song. We said it's a songwriting challenge, not an ukulele writing challenge. It was songwriting challenge. Stop hating on Kahai, okay? Guys, stop it. It's my son, right? I'm not gonna let you talk to my son like that.
It's like I tried so hard for that ska song where it's like I needed that tone, that ska guitar tone, but I don't have like an electric ukulele, or I don't have a ukulele that can plug in anyways. So I took my electric guitar and I just wrapped like a towel around the top strings and then muted or like mute it, and then I put a cable on the 5th fret, and it's like kind of electric ukulele.
Ukulele-ish. Right.
Same notes.
I like how Kahai is like trying to like explain, defend himself to these haters, right? But It's cool. I got you. Got
Okay,
you.
thanks.
Daddy Aldrine's got you.
Thank you.
Daddy's got you, babe.
Yep. And then your son is nowhere to be found, so I win.
You're my other son.
Yeah.
Yeah. my
I
British
win.
son. Is he there? Did he show up all of a sudden? I'm
He
here.
probably will.
Not yet.
If not, he'll comment on the video
Yeah.
when it comes out, right? Like, oh, wow. I like when my kids play, like try to play for my favorite,
It's like you get home after a long day of work, and I was like, "Here, Dad, here's a bowl of ice cream," and then the other son is like, "Here, Dad, here's a cold beer."
Yeah. I mean, being Asian, that's actually how like Asian parents do it, right? Like, that's how we, the stereotype happens of like, oh, Asians are like good at math and stuff like that. It's because the parents make them compete with each other. Like, who wants love this week, Who wants love this quarter? Show me your report cards, and whoever gets the highest report card gets love this quarter.
That's healthy.
I'm first
Tiger
generation,
mom.
baby. That's how it works. That's how it works. Like guess why I excelled when the thing is I didn't even have a sibling till I was like I was 6, so I didn't have anybody to compete with, but I still wanted that love. It was either that or nothing.
Yeah.
Right, Kahai? You didn't want to say anything there. It felt a little.
I feel like that because I'm the wrong example of that. Where my sister is like competitive, and she'll be like, "I'm gonna win," and then I am ultra not competitive, so I'll be like, "Okay, you win. I don't care." Like,
You gotta get that fighting spirit.
nah.
Why are you working so hard to compete against my love then?
Just because of the other son.
It's not
Person
really-
by person basis.
All right. So now the songwriting challenge is done. What do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah. So Dennis in the chat said, it looks like you're using a thumb pick last play along.
Yeah.
Most I tried are for guitar. Can you recommend a ukulele thumb pick?
I like that Dennis tried to, is this Dennis like from Texas, Dennis?
I'm not sure.
So I just use the regular guitar ones. This is a Dunlop one that I use. Let's put it against. Oh no. So this is a Dunlop. It's a large Dunlop. I mean, I don't even. It's just a regular thumb pick from there. It's really a matter of like how you use it. So the ukulele thumb pick, guitar thumb pick, they're all just thumb picks. It's just how you use it. So for me, thumb picks work best rather than just regular flat picks, because at least thumb picks I can still rely on my pointer finger to strum and do rolls and stuff like that, and the thumb pick really is just for when I pick a melody. Because I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the tone of when the thumb pick hits the string. For me, it sounds a little too harsh. The attack is too strong. And I was just telling the guys, and I was just telling the students during live coaching, they're like, "Oh man, I'm so stoked that my thumbnail is growing out, because that tone is what I'm looking for rather than." Then like that really like plasticky. And I'm not like hitting it any harder. I'm gonna try to hit as soft as like, it's not bad, I guess, but when you use your thumb, like really getting the control that you want off of those hits, but it serves its purpose, and it's okay. Like, it's okay to use the thumb pick. It's not as bad as I make it sound, but just for me, I have my preference of just using my thumb. But I sometimes like to use it just so that people don't demonize it either, And I think there's like, I don't want people to think that you shouldn't be using a pick or you shouldn't be using a thumb pick. I just don't really like the plastic on plastic sound all too much. Some people make it sound really good. I.e. we have Brittany Paiva who talked about this, this very thing. I asked her about it, like, how do you get that? Because I can't play as clean or as as well as Brittany does with with her thumb pick with mine. You got people like Herb Alta Jr. who also uses that, and I believe Brian Tolentino who we see as like the one who puts like magic sprinkles on top of songs already, and he really puts that fairy dust in there, and he's doing it with a thumb pick. So like that means that the thumb pick can have that kind of control. And of course my other son is he also uses thumb picks whenever he does. He has like a modified thumb pick with a felt, right? He puts the felts on the thumb pick.
Yeah.
So he has a felt thumb pick that works pretty well. Yeah.
Chris asks, is this a plug for the other son's upcoming felt thumb pick?
No, it's just me like not taking care of my nails, and my thumbnail broke one show because I was just going too crazy with it. It was a crazy show. That was the show that I tried out the Paroque ni Edgar kind of like vibe to it, and it worked. It was amazing. Yeah. But I ended up having to play harder than I did. So it chipped the nail and it broke off. So for a little bit while it was growing, I was using a thumbnail, and that's really it. But I do prefer just using my natural nail.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, not a special whatever thumb pick. It's just the regular thumb pick. Dunlop makes a really good one, and whatever else you guys can get. I mean, I only see Dunlop, and these have worked for me. I'd never see them in extra large, but that's the one that I like that works the most. Because after like 2 songs of this, I feel like I have to take it off to like let the blood go through the rest of my thumb because it does like cut off the blood from flowing throughout the whole thumb. And but Mike, when he went to California, he did the Rose Bowl, he came back with an extra large Dunlop thumb pick for me, which I almost don't want to use because like I only have one of those, But I guess I could order one, but that one's special from Funkmaster Mike.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I think if you go into a music shop, you can get individual thumb picks, but if you order from Dunlop, it'll come in a pack. So you'll get several. I see. But then I also brought that up because, like, if you're using a thumb pick, and you don't really like the sound, or you want to try something else, you can also try and shaving it down and try and shaping it too.
So you don't have to just play it as is. You can always shave it down to the shape that you want. Okay, so for me, I could just make this a little bit rounder, but since it's like a temporary fix, I just play it as is. It would sound better, like tone wise, I think, if I buffed it a little bit.
Yeah, we have a Uke Minutes episode on how to shape a thumb pick.
Yes.
So I'll put that in the chat too.
So it works, and like I've been liking playing. I've been really loving to play toccata because I have the thumb pick.
Easy.
So, all the tremolo stuff, super easy. It's like super low effort for me. Yes. Okay, next question.
We actually don't have a lot of questions in the chat. Early on.
Kahai?
Okay, yeah. I figured something we could also talk about, because we talked about it in live coaching, is one of our members, we tried to give her the advice of like try and be more confident.
Yes.
So how do you, is there any tips you can give to people to try and build that confidence for when they're playing?
This is where we this is where we cited Sister Act. it's this particular question. So if you've not watched Sister Act, go check it out. It's a classic. Whoopi Goldberg, good stuff. And that actress from Hocus Pocus. She's like the big jolly nun. Anyway, so. And also, Professor McGonagall is in that. She plays the mean, grumpy nun, like, oh, boogie woogie on the piano, like awesome. amazing movie. And in that film, she talks to one of the nuns in the first one. Talks to one of the nuns with a very quiet voice, but she really loves singing. So she's got this passion for singing, but she sounds like this in the movie. So she was telling her, okay, now close your eyes. Imagine you're in a crowded bar. With everybody talking, people yelling, the waitress is saying, "What are you gonna have?" And you're trying to reach to that one person in the back of the room, right? So in order to do that, you have to sing loud and sing with confidence. So that's kind of what where I get it from as far as like my confidence on stage. I just imagine like a really busy place, and that everyone's kind of doing their own thing. It's not like I'm playing for a recital most of the time. It's not like a recital where everyone's like super quiet and listening to every single note that I play. I grew up getting the kind of confidence that I have from like open mics where it's like loud and obnoxious, where people are like, yeah, next performer, and they've never even heard that person before. They could be jamming on, I don't know, on like Peruvian throat singing, and you're like, okay, well, this is cool. This bumps, and it's very encouraging. So, in order to get your confidence, I think you should perform as much as possible, definitely, and then perform for that kind of crowd that will support you, and then have that in mind, that visual of like you're trying to reach across the room, because the reason why is I want you to be able to play through your instrument. It's your instrument that's singing, and if you're not one of those, if you're doing an instrumental, it's your instrument that sings. So because it's your instrument that sings, you don't want to limit its voice. Let it sing and play as loud as you can, but control. Okay, so my advice to Genevieve was just like, okay, play it as loud as you can for me, and then so that you know what it sounds like with that kind of confidence. Because in order to play loud, you have to be confident with it, right? So play it as loud as possible, and then from there, figure out where fortissimo is. Where like the loudest of loud that you can possibly play that song, and in order to do that, imagine that kind of confidence that you had playing that loud. And then when you play in front of people, always remember how that feels, but then control your volume from there. Play it at a mezzo forte, because when she showed up and she played for us, she was playing at a piano, mezzo piano, and I'm already like kind of having a hard time. And it's a song by like Elvis Presley that almost demanded, a kind of confidence in order to perform it. So let your ukulele sing with that kind of confidence. So just separate yourself. And I was telling her, because just if you mess up in the song, it doesn't reflect at all on you as a person. It's not like oh, she played that song wrong, so she probably lies all the time. It's not like that. There's no correlation between you as a person and the accuracy of notes that you play on stage. Like no one's gonna no one's attacking you as a person, and no one's gonna attack you anyway. Like if you play wrong notes and you play the wrong notes, like it's just being human. But I think the anxiety of messing up comes from like how it's going to be perceived by the audience, because if you mess up, you're like, oh no, did they hear that? Or like, or what do they think? Do they think I suck now or whatever? Like, don't worry about it. Like, it's just one note. Or even if it's 5 notes, like imagine how many notes in that song that you do. And if you mess up on 5-10 notes, it doesn't even matter. If you mess up half the notes, if you go up there with the kind of confidence that you should have, then all that stuff doesn't really matter. You entertain anyway, and you'll probably play it better if you're confident with it, rather than like being up there kind of timid, and trying to play that song. Then you definitely mess up because you're nervous and that you're anxious about getting the wrong notes. And what is that, like Murphy's Law? Like if it's gonna happen, right?
If you're thinking something bad is gonna happen, it's probably gonna happen.
Yeah, kind of like that. You've heard of Murphy's Law, right, Kahai? Have you heard of coleslaw?
Coleslaw?
Yeah, it's cabbage.
Yeah.
And something. No. And it's like Murphy's Law, right? So if you already come into the performance thinking that it's probably gonna happen, but if you come in there with the confidence that you should have, then even if it turns out that you messed up on some, it's not as bad as you think. Really, I don't think so. And because I'm trying to think which performances that I've done where it really mattered. None of them really. Because the ones that do are the ones that's probably recorded, and if I do mess up, we just do it again. It's not that bad.
Or one example is when your string broke when you're doing that concert.
Yeah.
And instead of stopping, you just kept playing.
Yes, and it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't correlate with who I am as a person, personally, and it's not like I broke my string. No, people are gonna think I'm a bad father. It's not that. It's just okay, well, he broke a string. How is he gonna adapt as a performer? And I definitely adapted by just okay, well, I guess I broke it. I should just what am I gonna do? Just play the other strings. I guess that's what I have.
I think it is that mindset of if you're performing, is that idea that the show must go on.
Yes.
And it's some people think it's oh, you just, well, it is kind of you do whatever you can to make the show go on.
Yeah.
But it's almost no, it's not an option that there can be a pause. When you're performing or doing something, it's unless this is a catastrophic failure where everything goes wrong, I just have to try and finish the song.
Yeah, and I don't know. I've had catastrophic failures in the past. Maybe that's why I'm not as scared of it as I used to be. I am anxious still, and that's just scared of the stage, and that's just nerves. But as far as am I scared to mess up and do all that stuff? Not really, and it's because I've messed up in every which way possible. I was in a national competition and I messed up, and not only did I mess it up for myself, but I messed it up for my bandmates and stuff, and I'm still alive. I made it out of that. I did big performances. I played the national anthem for the Hawaii baseball thing, and I remember like missing a note, and I just kind of like, I hope nobody heard that. And I just kept going, right? And it's fine. I survived, you know. And it's one of those, like, if you were singing along to the national anthem, you're probably like, that's not in there. That's what he did.
But he just kept going.
But he just kept going. So I guess that's it now, you know. And on top of that, I think I did Hawaii Pono'i, like with the national anthem. I did like Hawaii's anthem, and that one turned out fine. So it was like pretty early because I did the national anthem first, and I messed up on that. And if I let it get to me, then I would be frozen to do my second song to even start it. But no, like it has to go on. So just keep going. But yeah, and I survived. It's just one of those things that like you'll be alive. It's okay, you know. What's the worst that's gonna happen, Kahai? What is the worst that's gonna happen? You go on, you know, like, and perform on stage. What is the absolute worst thing that you think is gonna happen to you if you mess up that song?
What is it like? Is it like Billy Madison, where it's like the guy who's giving the quiz was like, that was the worst answer I've ever heard in my whole life, and everybody who's here is stupider for hearing that answer. Maybe that like is like, that was the worst performance. But even that, like,
yeah.
When we're doing live coaching, I told the person, like, if you make a mistake in a song, if you mess up one note,
yeah,
that is one note out of 100 or thousands of notes in the rest of the song.
Yeah.
Like, who is gonna say like, hey, you messed up that one note, right?
Yeah. Oh, say you messed up the whole song. Say you were just like flipping and flopping everywhere, right? What is the worst thing that's gonna happen, Kai? Like, once you finish the song, what are people gonna do?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
they're gonna clap.
Yeah, they're still gonna clap because you're still up there, you're still performing, you're still trying. It's not a comedy club where they boo and heckle you off stage, you know. And even then, it's like, it's words, it's fine. Like, then you know, if those people that get heckled and booed like off of comedy clubs like stop performing, then we wouldn't have legends like, you know, like Bill Burr or like Adam Sandler, or, you know, like all these amazing like stand-up comics that I'm sure has been booed like beyond oblivion when they first started, right? And they're alive. They're still doing stuff, you know?
Yeah. And I think it's fine to want like the audience to, you know, recognize or to like clap at the end of your song or to, you know, like, yeah. But what I was saying too when we were doing live coaching is like, for me, I'm not a performer, and I don't think I really like, I don't get that performance high of like, oh, everybody's clapping for me. This feels good. So for me, like for music wise, I just have to tell myself like, I'm doing this for myself because I like playing music, and I'm trying to get back to the core of like, just enjoying playing music in the moment. You know, this is another opportunity for me to play my song or play this song.
Because you're just sharing. Really, that's it, right? Like a performance is just sharing your art, right? And really, that's what it is. It turns into just art, and art is subjective. It's how you perform it. So if you mess up, if you just change it up a little bit, you know, as long as you keep going, then it becomes your piece. That's your interpretation of it. Your interpretation has that one, you know, like I wouldn't even call it a mistake, has that one blip in it that you made your own, you know, like it. I gave her an example of like I messed up like on purpose. So in that, you know, in that Elvis song, there's like 3 notes, and I purposely messed up on one of the notes, and I just went with it, you know. So if the note is wise men say, so if it's like, right? So there's 3 notes. So if it's right, that's like not the note at all, you know. And I just went on,
just kept going.
it doesn't really matter, even if it like I play the wrong chord. So it's like F, C, then D minor. So imagine if instead of C I went to B flat. Who cares, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing is that you're playing the song and you just keep going, right?
Yeah.
And what's noticeable is if you play the song and you stop because you're like, I made a mistake.
Yes.
Then
you stop and highlight it. You know,
You probably think like, it's like, oh no, I made a mistake, I need to correct it. But you're actually like kind of, instead of like just letting it go and being in the moment, you're kind of like putting a spotlight on like, I made a mistake right here.
Yeah, and I mean like on Aloha Friday Live Jam, I think is like perfect examples because I mess up left and right in that show, and like it. I'm alive still, you know. Okay, let's try that again.
Do it every week.
I do it every week. I mess up on the picking. Like I have buzzes. I have like, you know, notes that I don't land on. Songs that I did Tiny Bubbles last week and completely forgot how the bridge goes. Did it anyway. I'm alive. It's fine. And my friends even post about it on Instagram. It was awesome. You know? So, but yeah. Okay, let's try that again. Because I at least played a note in the scale. What if it's like, if I play that note?
Yeah.
So if I go. It just becomes a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like whatever, it's fine.
Because it like stood out. But also the thing is with the audience, from the audience perspective, they're already on whatever you're playing in the moment.
Yes. So like I didn't even fix it because normally I would try to fix it. So I'll do a. You know,
because you can always slide.
You can always slide it down or up or whatever it may be to the right note. But that first time around, I didn't even fix it, and we all moved on, and it was fine. You know, like you're not. Most performances anyway, it's not like you're getting scored or getting, you know, like judged in that sense, unless you're doing like a contest, and even then, like. You know,
they're like, even, you know, if it's like you're going to music college and they're grading you or something, they're probably more concerned with if you do make a mistake, how do you move on from it, rather than like playing everything perfectly, because it's like I think everybody makes mistakes,
Yeah.
and even the best performers, the reason why they're the
Yeah.
best is because they know how to just like keep going.
Yeah, and maybe it's the it's the changing of the relationship with with it, because I think if you mark it as like mistake, it's like it's so strong. The
Yeah.
word is so strong. I mean, you can just call it an oopsie, like, oh, it's had an oopsie or whatever. It's like then your relationship changes with making oopsies in a song. You know what I mean? Instead of like making mistakes in a song, where like that sounds kind of like kind of strong. Like the word mistake sounds like strong. Like, oh, like that note was a mistake, or like that note was an oopsie.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, okay, well.
So do you think that the confidence comes from just having been in situations similar and knowing that you can get out of them?
Yes,
Or like,
knowing that you'll be fine.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's that it's because we're always afraid of the unknown, like,
Yeah.
and just getting up on stage, people are scared of, because it's an unknown territory, like, and they're unfamiliar with it, they're uncomfortable or whatever it may be. But the more you do it, the more you realize it's a safe space, like that at least most stages that I've been on is relatively like a safe space to share my art or share my my music with people, regardless of right or wrong notes. I think it's just a space to share my music, my art with other people. And much like us as humans, art is and music is not perfect, or it doesn't have to be perfect. I think it's the message, the interpretation, the painting, or the musical painting that you're painting is still gonna come across regardless of mistakes or not. And I think as long as you're confident, and as long as you have a clear vision of what the message or what the painting is that you're trying to do for the audience, I think that's what matters most. You know what I mean? Because if you start painting, then you mess up, you're like, whoa, like that's a mistake. And then you stop, and then you're like, okay, well, how do I cover this mistake? Then it's
It's already too late.
yeah, it's already too late.
The moment
so
passed
just
already.
keep going. Just, I don't know, happy little trees.
I don't know. This might be a reference to nobody, but it's like SpongeBob. They messed up Mr. Krabs' first dollar, and so they try and like cover it up, and they just keep making it worse and worse, right? It's like, the more you try to cover up, and I think like if you play with other people, you play with like jazz musicians who are like some of the they're kind of hard like to play with. The idea is that like it's if you make a mistake or if you do something, it's the intention behind it.
Yes. Like a few weeks ago, I talked about like playing with Grandpa Conrad, like with Kaniho's grandpa. Amazing Brazilian love song that he was playing that I was just farting all over. I was fine. It's not like he did it. He stopped talking to me and he's like, oh, I never want to play with you ever again. It was fine. And I survived. I'm alive. It's okay.
It's hilarious that you say that, right? Because that actually did happen with his grandson, right? His grandson was like, I don't want to play music with you ever again.
Yeah, I guess so.
And so
they're just kids. We're just kids.
And you survived that though,
I
right?
survived that.
And then you ended up playing music with him anyway. So I think it does come back.
If somebody doesn't want to play with you because you make mistakes, that's somebody you don't want to play with. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so I just want to play with you because you mess up. That's someone you don't want to play with.
I think that it also bringing it back to last week, talking about like immature musicians. I think that's the thing with immature musicians, because we were telling the person in live coaching that it's like confidence isn't the same as volume. We want her to play with more volume because like that we think it will help her with confidence.
With the confidence.
But I feel like young musicians have a lot of confidence and think that equals playing very loudly, right? Whereas oh, no, not really. And as a more experienced musician, you might look at that and be like, that's kind of cute that you think that's what it means.
There's overconfidence, and sometimes it's not bad, because we talked about it last week, how like scrappiness is it's kind of like you should be scrappy, and that's how you learn. That's how you learn to like, okay, like maybe you should hold back a little bit.
I feel like at that point, if you're like a beginner musician and you're playing with people more advanced, that's probably what you have to give, right? You like, I can play it loud and I can play fast, and that's my most impressive traits. Whereas more experienced musicians will be like, actually, it's more about taste. Like, tastefully including certain notes or doing things.
Yes.
So.
And making the right musical decisions.
Yeah. Or making the wrong ones. You gotta try it out.
Just owning your mistakes, owning your oopsies. Shouldn't even call it mistakes anymore. Call it oopsie.
Yeah.
Ooh, I mean, a few oopsies in that song. Then it's just like, oh, haha, and you just laugh at it, because the word is hilarious. But if it's like, I've made a few mistakes in that, and they're like, oh, okay, well, maybe next time. But if it's like, I made a few oopsies, like, haha, it sounded great, It's that. I think maybe change your relationship with it. Like, change the word. Don't think of it as like, I messed up. Like, that also is like, oh, I messed up this many times, or I messed up that song, or like, fumbled, right?
It's Bob Ross. There's there's no wrong things. It's happy accidents.
It's happy little accidents. That's all it is. Happy little accidents in that song, but it turned out fine, because you'll survive. And the thing is, a supportive crowd will clap anyway, regardless. I think most people will clap because you're doing it, like you're going up there and sharing. I think that's what they're mostly clapping for. So regardless if it's like a flawless performance or not, I think the audience will clap just in appreciation of you sharing your music. Yeah.
I think they'll clap more, or they'll appreciate it more the more you put yourself into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not like you're not at Carnegie Hall, so you'll be fine. Carnegie Hall, like, maybe play all the notes right.
I think
even then, I'm sure people mess up all the time at Carnegie Hall. I guess, and they survive too.
You're right. I guess we'd be surprised.
Yeah.
And something that I think, just a tip I would say, is that the student plays while reading music, and I think that actively kind of hinders her, because she's reading the music and she's comparing what she's playing with the music. So if you find that when you read music you stop and you have to go back to that measure, or you have to stop and repeat it, just try and play the whole song without sheet music. And just because you can't compare what you're playing to the sheet music in front of you, I think you'll naturally just try and finish the song. You won't think oh, I gotta restart this measure.
I mean, I don't want to demonize looking at music. It's a great way to learn stuff, but I think your goal should be to learn it and then play it without. That kind of gives a different relationship between you and the tune.
Yeah, it's great if you're practicing and you want to highlight oh, okay, I made that mistake, so I gotta stop and focus on this measure in particular. But if you're trying to perform the whole song, then just keep going. Don't stop. Right?
Yeah. Just keep going. It's fine. It'll be okay. I just play it like you enjoy it. Play loud. Play loud ukulele, right, Kahai?
Yeah. Or I said I think you might have mentioned in a podcast before. It's you want to get back to just playing like you're a kid playing air guitar.
Yeah.
So enjoy it.
I don't know when I said that, but that sounds good. That sounds like something I'd say.
Yeah.
Whenever I said that, it's probably in the right mindset. But really, that's it. I find myself trying to rediscover the joy of playing ukulele, because sometimes I get overwhelmed, sometimes I try to I bite off more than I can chew. I try to learn something, or trying to write something, or trying to create something, and I think with anything, not just ukulele, with anything that we do that we're trying to excel at, or we're trying to take seriously or whatever, we lose the fun of doing this, or we lose the reason of why we're doing it in the first place, because we enjoy it and it's fun and stuff. So I do find myself trying to find the fun a lot, every now and then. So that's it. It just we get jaded, we're just humans, right? Right, Kahai?
Yep.
So it's I gotta play this song again, there's been times that in my set I'm I don't want to play that song, but it's hey, this song brings joy to people. It used to bring me joy. I don't know what happened. How did I lose it? Yeah.
Yep. You want to answer a couple questions before I head off?
Sure.
So Chris and Sue said, do you play the hard songs first, risk messing up, or do you do the easier one to build up a little confidence? I think in the setting.
Yeah. Okay. In a set, I will not start out with the hard song, but I might do a hard song second or third, like pretty early. So I'll start one where like just to kind of build and bring the audience to my side. So I'll play something like relatively easy, something that I have full confidence in that I can do, you know. And from there, once the audience kind of with me, and you know, I need them clapping very hard so that like when they don't clap as hard, it's not gonna be that noticeable. No. I'll play one that I'm familiar with just so that it builds my confidence, because I, you know, as confident as I am, it's always nice to hear the claps, and that'll definitely pump you up to play the harder tunes. And then when they're pumped up, play the hard tunes, because even if you mess up, they're still gonna see like, oh man, that was a pretty tough tune, you know, like that was impressive regardless, or they won't even notice.
Yeah, in Magic, it's like you do a trick at first to break the ice with the audience, and you do a trick that it's like you have it in your pocket, you don't have to worry about. And it's the same idea where it's like you're doing something that it's so easy to you don't have to think about, right?
Yeah.
So that when you do play something hard, or you do in Magic do a harder trick, it's like, okay, I got that over with. So I can do this.
Okay, it just builds your confidence. I mean, that's it. But in the case of like you have one song, you know, to play, just go up there and just do what you do.
Yep. Okay, Joshua said, since it's around lunchtime and I'm hungry, I have a question, Aldrine. What's your favorite acai bowl on Oahu? Is it still
Diamond Health Cove Bar? Yes, it is. Diamond Health Cove Bar. It's like, it's super popular now. Back in the day, it was like kind of this like low-key place that like nobody knew about, and you'll find celebrities like Jack Johnson and John Cruise, you know, and Jake Shimabukuro will go and like and have an acai bowl there. But now like they don't even let you go inside. You just order from the window.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah. So
is it in the same location?
It's in the same location. They have like several now. They've like I think 2 or 3 locations.
Oh, it's called the Cove now.
Cove, yeah, the Cove. So that's still my favorite place to get an acai bowl, just because of nostalgia. I like the honey that they have. The mana bowl with the bee pollen is always my go-to. You know you would think like, oh, bee pollen. No, but it's delicious. Like little flavor bombs, you know. It's little like bee pollen crystals and stuff that they put in there. It's amazing. My favorite acai place. And then not just acai, they have like good food there. Ahi wrap is really amazing. You have good smoothies and stuff like that. But yeah, ahi wrap, acai bowl, can't go. Mana bowl to be exact. And they even have like the kind where I think they mix the acai with some poi. It's like poi and acai like mixed together. Oh, so good. So good. Still my favorite place. There might be places that are better, but that one, it tastes exactly like how it used to, regardless of like the owner change and stuff. It still tastes just as good. I don't think they skimped on quality, or I don't think the quality did not change, even though there's different owners and different workers and stuff. It's pretty consistent. So I dig that place. Still my favorite. Still my favorite place to get acai.
Yep. And then Dennis asked, what pickup do you use?
What pickup do I use in my ukulele? Kanilea has their own pickup. I believe it's called Artec, ARTEC. Okay. That's like the 4 individual crystals. Under the saddle, I think it's fine. I think it's all right. If I could find one that's more consistent as far as balance goes, I would switch off to that. Tone-wise, I think it's great. It doesn't have the Fishman quack that that people don't like, so I like that I can kind of go ham on it without it quacking. And the hums and the thumps are manageable. It's not like it's not super sensitive that you're gonna hear the thumps and the quacks and stuff like that. There's no what is it? What is the word I'm looking for here? It's like there's that kind of that sound that comes from the body of the ukulele, like that's kind of a hum, but there's like a word for it in pickup. But anyway, it's you don't have that either, that kind of old body kind of sounding tone to the strum or to the notes. That's gone. So it sounds clean. It's a nice, clean, okay pickup, you know. But I could use a little bit more in terms of balance, like the strings, because I really had to work on it in order, because it can be balanced, but I wish that process wasn't as maybe that's what I'm trying to say. I wish the process of balancing out the pickup is not as tedious as it is. That's all. So
So that's the pickup that Kanilea will install. Like,
Yeah,
that's sort of their proprietary.
Artec. So I don't have like a special Aldrine Guerrero whatever pickup, although I was a big fan of the Natural One by Fishman. So Fishman Matrix Natural One, not the Matrix Infinity now.
Yeah.
So the Infinity series is not great in my opinion. It's fine.
As far as ukulele.
As far as ukulele goes, it's fine. It has that quack that I'm talking about. It has those, undertones. There's certain undertones that comes with with those pickups. Doesn't quite have that, which I like, because some like that kind of have like a hybrid of like microphone pickup thing has those undertones that will come out when you play. Not necessarily a big fan of that. I want it to sound kind of clean.
I think LR Bags is the one that has like the pickup and the microphone.
Yeah, it's under even like the rope kind of pickup that they have, the LR Bags. I think the 5.0 and stuff that has some undertones that I'm not too big of a fan of. There's probably a way to get rid of those, but that's a whole nother monster because I hear people I think Brittany uses the 5.0 and, she sounds fine. I don't hear the undertones in hers. So maybe it's just a setup.
Yeah. And it really is dependent on person to person or what your preferences are or how you set it up. Everything matters. And,
as kind of peeling back the curtain a little bit, I used to work closely with Joe Souza, who makes all my ukuleles. And, I used to go to him for help me with my setup, help me with my balance and stuff. But now he's kind of less hands-on with the operations over at Kanilea. I've kind of just learned to do it myself. But I've been working with him for years, so I've learned a lot of tricks and stuff to do the setup. But if I just wish it was easier to set up and have it be perfect.
Kind of in general, some traits that you like in a pickup is you like active pickups that use a 9-volt battery, right?
Yeah.
Because there's there's passive pickups and then there's active pickups that use.
Passive pickups just don't have the output that I like, and when you try to push it feedbacks, and that's not anything that anybody wants, and I think just to solve that is just go active. A lot of people like passive because they like the woody sound of the pickup, but for me, because I'm so aggressive with it, it's actually like a downside because that's too much noise coming from the pickup. So and this is just personal preference, but some people like that, especially if that's the kind of style that you're going for, very percussion bass when you're hitting the ukulele and stuff like that. That's great to use passive pickups for. And I like it clean sounding. I don't like it too, I don't like that woo sound to it. I don't like the thump. I don't like none of that. I don't like the quack, that some pickups have. So
I think, and a lot of people ask this question because they're like, just tell me what to get so I can get it installed in my uke. But it's we can't give you an answer for what would work for you.
Because even if you get the Artec and you install it and you're like, why is my C string not as loud as my A string? My A string is super blaring or whatever you may, that's setup. That needs to happen. So just because you have that, there's still lots of setup. And you might not like it, you might be like, Dream's touting this thing as if it's the second coming of guitar leles.
I think, and I think the best you can do is go to a music shop, try their ukuleles with pickups in it, and try and find something that's maybe close to your ukulele setup. And so hopefully you can match that sound, but it's hard to say what would work definitively for one person.
So if you guys are looking for brands and stuff, Artec is the one that I use. I do have some ukuleles still with the Matrix Natural One from Fishman, which is the original Mary Jane that they sent me. I pulled that out recently. It sounded awesome. I think I used that for one of the Project 2021 videos that I did, or I might have used that for Maria that we did that. It sounded good. The pickup, I forgot how good that pickup was, and I plugged it in again. I'm like, I wish I had more of these natural ones, but they don't sell it anymore. They're really sold on the Matrix Infinity, so you're not gonna find it unless you find it like on eBay or you find one on a guitar that you're gonna like rip out. And I have some. My Kamaka has that pickup in it. It sounds fine. That was set up by Jake Shimobukuro. My first couple kanileas, the one that I use like throughout my touring career, that one has a natural one in it. I only switched to Artec after that particular one. So my newer kanile ukuleles post like heavy touring, like post all the heavy Asia tours that I did.
Yeah. Even with that Fishman, right? Like with every pickup, there's like
there's gonna be a thing. You know what I mean?
Drawbacks.
If you're like, I went on eBay and I found one of those natural one Matrix that he's talking about, but it doesn't sound that great. But it's just like that pickup's got to be like 20 years old. You know, like about 20 years old.
And what wasn't like one of the things is that they do kind of wear over time. And that's why like Jake has.
Right. But you know, I think the wear comes from the shielding that's on the pickup, and that you can always swap out.
Okay.
But the brain itself, the pickup itself, is still good. So. Jake just has a bunch of them because he gets ukes all the time. So he's not gonna pull one out from his old ukulele and put it in that. But the legend goes, so the rumor goes that like as soon as Fishman announced that they weren't gonna make that pickup anymore, Jake bought all of them.
Whatever remaining stock.
Whatever remaining stock that anyone had, not even just Fishman, but like anyone. You know, had like all the music stores that he knew of. He bought like the rest of the stock of that pickup.
That's pretty cool. That's
it's just allegedly. I have no, you know. I don't think I've ever brought that up in conversation with Jake. You know, it's not something that I'm like, hey, did you really like hoard all of those for yourself?
That's like that's like a professional athlete though, and then they're like. I got a call from Nike. They said that they're going to stop producing the shoes. So I told them to sell me every single pair that they have left in their warehouse.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Or like, you know, or you find a sound that you like, you know, and you want that specific sound consistently. So you bought all of it. So it might not be the best one, but I mean, I've worked with it and it sounds amazing. It sounds really good. Natural one, Matrix Natural 1 or Natural 2 is actually really good. Natural 2 Matrix is fine as well, but Natural 1 is the one that you want. Yeah? Okay. All right, gang. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Ukulele Underground podcast. If you want to support us, head over to ukuleleunderground.com. Sign up for UU Plus to take your ukulele playing to the next level. Because we do what we just talked about, the live coaching where you can ask me stuff, show me what you're working on. I'll give you some feedback. I'll give you some technique checks and fun stuff like that. We have solos. We have tons of exclusive content behind the Ukulele Underground Plus. So make sure you sign up for Ukulele Underground Plus. It's the best way to support us. If you enjoy this podcast, if you enjoy what we do, that's how you can support us so that we can keep doing what we're doing. Because if not, then there's no way we can do this. There's no way this operation keeps going if UU Plus. That's it. UU Plus. Make sure you check out UU Plus. Sign up for UU Plus. Best way to support us. Yeah. Yep. Also, you can head over to shop.ukuleleunderground.com. Shop.ukuleleunderground.com. Boom, buy some ukulele accessories, some ukulele lessons, ukuleles. You know, you can get Islander ukuleles. I think there's some select kanilea ukuleles on there as well. So make sure you check that out, because that is if you buy, you know, kanilea or Islander through there, that directly benefits Ukulele Underground.
That actually goes towards our boat fund.
Our pirate ship, not any boat, pirate ship. So if you guys want to, you know. If you guys really want us to get our pirate ship,
you have to buy a lot of Islanders.
and I'm sure someone out there can.
I wish we could put like a counter on the site. Is like you can see a bar filling up with like, it's like, do you want us? You want to get us to get a dinghy at first? You want a rowboat, sailboat,
to pirate ship, right?
Pirate ship,
to a big vessel. Yeah. So, but yeah, all joking aside, definitely support us through shop.ukuleleunderground.com. All the ukuleles and all the accessories and all the lessons that you buy from there directly goes into ukuleleunderground.com. But of course, if you could get a kanilea ukulele from wherever, that supports our main sponsors here, which is Kanilea Ukulele. Make sure you check them out. Check out their brand new platinum line of guitar and ukulele. The ukulele matches really nicely with that amazing guitar, and it's the same quality that you'd expect from Kanilea, so you know that wood is good. It's good stuff, right, Kahai? Have you seen like an ugly looking wood that they've used? No, right? Like they don't even, it doesn't even make the production line, Kahai.
I almost want to ask, like,
Do you guys have ugly wood?
can I have an ukulele? It's gonna sound weird, but can I have the ukulele made out of your ugliest wood?
Whatever you guys didn't like, make it out of that. They're like, oh no, we throw those away, never to see the light of day in this factory.
You know that piece of wood where it like kind of looks like an off-grown shoot? Can you make something out of that? Yeah, but no, everything looks great.
Yeah. You know that piece of wood that looks like 100 coffees were like placed on top of it, like cups of coffee, and it's got all those rings. Yeah, give me that one.
Can you send me the wood, and can I put my coffee cup on it, and then after it stains it, can I send it back to you? Can you make
And then that's what you use. Yeah, no, it doesn't exist. Kanilea only uses premium, select, master grade wood. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there it is. So we'll see you folks next time. See you on Friday for Aloha
No.
Friday. No, that's right. Good Friday. Sorry, folks. I am a church kid that that takes Good Friday a little too seriously. So I will see you folks next week for next week's podcast, right?
Yeah, we have to go sing with Sister Clarence. Right?
Mary Clarence.
Yeah.
Sister Mary Clarence.
Yes.
What's your favorite song from Sister Act? What's your favorite Sister Act song?
Maybe Happy
Happy Day?
Days.
Happy Day?
Yeah. I am a Sister Act 2 kid. So.
Oh. Isn't it the Sparrow?
No.
Not the Sparrow song?
No, I just like, oh, please keep singing. I just like,
The Sparrow. Oh, keep singing, Lauryn Hill. Why'd you stop, Lauryn Hill?
please don't stop.
Oh, singing does not put food on the table. Singing does not pay the bills.
Just like live coaching, we got to get out of here.
We'll see you guys next time. Aloha.
What?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.